The big O! So we're talking about orgasms.
Those, that tricky subject. It can be tricky.
Can be very tricky. We've had actually a couple of questions and a couple of people message us about orgasms, and please make people aware of the complications that come with orgasms.
Yeah, because it isn't as easy as it might seem.
It's not fucking easy at all. Unless you know how to do it. Unless you know how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, that's the best way to sort of learn about yourself, is by playing with yourself.
Absolutely. You know, we are both big believers in playing with yourself. I love it. You love it. Like, it's whether you're in a relationship or whether you're on your own, I think it's a really important part to your sexual happiness.
Definitely.
And, you know, even from a young age, like I was masturbating when I was really, really young, sort of like 11, 12, 13.
Same.
It's completely normal to play with yourself. You know, you're doing stuff to yourself that makes you feel nice and good.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with playing with yourself, so don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
No, I think the first time that I did, I have a funny little story about it, because me and my friends were playing doctors, and I had this little toy that was a little mouse, and it had a cord that you pulled, and it vibrated when you pulled the cord so that it'd move along. But we were using this as one of the doctor's tools, and just so happened that it ended up just down there.
As kids do.
Yeah, not just by mistake, really. And I was just like,
Oh, well.
But felt nice, so I tried it out by myself later on. And that's where it all started, really. Then
Mine was
lots of vibrating things.
Vibrating things. We love vibrating things. Mine was definitely PlayStation 1 controller on vibrate on the demo mode.
Oh my god, I think I did that as well.
It's like, oh shit, loved it. But masturbation, you know, you play with yourself from a really young age. I remember even being in my sister's bedroom when we shared and playing with myself, not really knowing it was anything sexual, just knowing that it felt good. Yeah,
I definitely did it with the vibrating toy whilst my dad was reading my sister a story in the bunk bed below. So my parents definitely knew about it, and they were probably laughing about it.
Yeah, I'm sure that my parents
And we've never discussed it, and I'm not sure I ever want to discuss it with them.
No, masturbation's not really something you talk about with your parents.
No, it's not.
You know, it's something that, it's a really tricky subject to talk about because it is something that's very private. I mean, when we're orgasming, when we're thinking about wanting to come, it's almost so private that you wouldn't even want to tell your partner, because it's like, it's just you on your own thinking your absolute most desires. Yeah. It's, you know, sometimes when parents have said, like, giving you the sex talk, or my mum once said, oh, you know, if I caught you masturbating in the bathroom, that would be embarrassing for me, not just you. And it's like, well, no, don't say that. That's awful. I wouldn't be masturbating in the bathroom anyway, you know. Has to be in... Who masturbate? Wow,
I've masturbated in the bathroom.
I've definitely masturbated in the bathroom, yeah. But I don't know, the way she said it, I thought, like, you know, leg up on the bath, like... I don't know, I just thought the worst. Orgasming is a lot of fun if you can get there, if you can fucking do it. And I think the only way you can do it is if you play with yourself. You can't necessarily expect somebody else to do it for you.
No, definitely not. Because, especially, I think it takes quite a long time for someone else to learn what to do specifically to someone else. Yeah. Because also we're all different. We all like different things.
So different. You'll learn with one person how to make them come, and then you'll move to another person, and it will just be...
Yeah, it won't work and...
completely different.
Yeah.
And, you know, it doesn't matter who you're with. You should always relearn. You should always take the time. Don't just go in there thinking that you fucking know. Yeah. Because what you've done for another girl might not be the same. It's the same with guys as well. Yeah. You girls can't go in there going, I know exactly how to toss a dick off. Yeah. It's different for different guys. Different ways, different hand movements.
People like it hard, people like it soft.
Yes. any kind. But we have two different kinds of orgasms, us girls. We've got G-spot and clitoral. And clitoral's the most, not necessarily the most popular, but the most common orgasm, just because it's much more easier for a girl to achieve. You know, we've got that big sort of tendony, muscly bit, which is where the clitoris is. If you play with that long enough, you will come, but you also have to know how to do it in the way that you personally feel it feels good for you.
Yeah.
There's no point just sitting there ages doing that and hoping it will work.
No.
It won't. You have to be in the mindset.
Yeah, there are lots of different factors as well.
I mean, I can only clitorally come. I have never G-spot come. I have never squirted, kind of. I have like once or twice, but it wasn't from G-spot stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever will. I mean, it would be nice to, but you know,
I've never
I won't.
squirted. People have actually tried to do it on me and I still haven't.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
Can you G-spot orgasm?
I think so. But sometimes it's just like, it could be clitoral at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes
it has to be the perfect dick.
Sometimes it just feels so good that you don't know what's going on down
exactly.
there. You're just like, oh, okay. If there's any girls out there in particular that can't orgasm or who, you know, have other people have tried, then don't worry about it.
No.
It's just completely normal. And it's same with guys out there as well. Don't expect that every girl can come. It doesn't happen like that.
No, it really doesn't.
A lot of girls don't play with themselves when they're growing up, or don't even think they need to, or don't even fancy it, or just it doesn't even come to them. A lot of girls I know sort of say, oh well, I'm leaving that for the boy, and I think that that's a nice way to put it, but that's only if the boy can do it well and if he's really committed to making you feel good and learning and that long process. Because I mean, I was masturbating way before I had my first orgasm. It took me years.
I think I had mini orgasms when I was really young, but that's just me.
And you get different types of orgasms as well. You can get ones that's, like you said, suddenly build up and then suddenly you come and you're like, oh fuck, that was over.
Yeah.
But then
some of them are really not intense either.
Yeah.
So there's some are pretty disappointing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
But then you get the ones that are really like long and build up, and then you come and you
literally euphoria.
Yeah, you can't even control your body. It's that all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely a bit of a jolter. Which very embarrassing, but if I come, then I'll be like, oh God! But I mean, once you're coming, you don't give a shit what your body's doing. You just go with it. I mean, you don't wanna limit yourself with what you do when you come. Don't try and be pretty when you come.
Don't try and control it. There's no point.
There's no point.
Why would you do that to yourself?
And a lot of guys think it's much hotter when the girls don't control it, when they go completely like mad and they lose control and their limbs are going everywhere, or they say something really weird. A lot of guys find that extremely hot. If you can't come yourself, then I would suggest really taking the time to play with yourself and finding yourself, watching porn or getting yourself in that mindset that gets you really turned on, and really, exploring yourself, using toys, using fingers, using objects, anything. I mean, if you can't come, please write to us, and if there's any stories, then just give us a shout.
An interesting situation when I was around 19. I had a relationship from the age of 17 to 19 and we had great sex. I pretty much orgasmed every single time we had sex.
Lucky!
But then I broke it off because I wanted to have sex with other people and I couldn't orgasm for 2 years after that.
Oh fuck, that's shit.
I just couldn't. I had a lot of sex and I just couldn't orgasm.
Did you not try yourself?
I mean, I could do it myself, but through penetration, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, any way.
He must just have the perfect penis.
Yeah, I don't really know. But then, a guy did come along who was able to make me orgasm. But I think it was also some sort of mental barrier because I really, really, really had to concentrate to be able to do it through penetration. Like, super concentrate, and if something like clicked in my mind and it like went off, or someone like the rhythm changed or
I mean,
it was gone.
I have to really concentrate anyway. Like, orgasms aren't just physical, they're definitely psychological.
I had to.
And if it might be, if you can't orgasm, that it might just be a mental block. You might be so trying so hard to orgasm that it's stopping it. And you also might be so worried about when people watch you orgasm. I remember my first boyfriend, when I was having sex with him, I was even embarrassed to come in front of him, and that stopped a lot of my orgasms, like completely, because I'd be like, no, I can't do it, or I'd think too much about it and want it happening so badly that I'd end up just, you know, climaxing and then resetting myself before I could come and just starting from the beginning again. And that's horrible. You don't like that. I mean, I still do that even today, and I'm completely confident and happy to come in front of anyone, really. Well, not anyone.
Just do it here right now.
Right now. I mean, I for one have never had a G-spot orgasm. I've tried myself. I've tried. Other people have tried. I just don't think that I have the capability to G-spot orgasm. I don't think that it won't ever happen. I mean, it's possible that it could happen. It might just be a mind thing that because I want to G-spot orgasm so badly, I can't.
It could be.
Because I'm looking for it all the time, and in sex I'll be like,
maybe
oh my
you
God.
have had it and you just, there isn't that much of a difference that you've noticed it.
Yeah, maybe I don't even recognise what a G-spot
because
orgasm
I'm not
feels
like
like.
100% sure. I'm pretty sure I have, but then they all feel kind of similar.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in sort of like the pleasure zone anyway, everything just feels fucking good.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I do feel with a clitoral orgasm, you can definitely tell you've had an orgasm.
Yes.
For me anyway, because if there are people out there that are unsure if they've had an orgasm or not, you know, it's possible you could have had a G-spot orgasm during sex or playing with yourself. But with a clitoral orgasm, especially if you're doing it by yourself, you'd definitely notice.
I didn't know that I'd had an orgasm when I was younger.
Really?
No.
Like, what, from penetration?
Yeah, because I'd masturbated from such a young age, I didn't really fully know that I had.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise that you could orgasm by yourself. So when I did actually orgasm through sex, I didn't know.
Oh, wow. But that was just G-spot.
And I think something just clicked in my brain, like, Florence, that was an orgasm. And it was like, oh.
Yeah.
I think I was expecting something a lot different. I guess because I'd done it so many times, I was expecting something really different.
Yeah. I mean, all orgasms feel sort of generally the same, but some are just more intense than others, or longer.
I think with age, orgasms get better.
Yes.
And especially with the right people and people that know how to do things down there.
And you can recognise
really I get like head rush.
Yeah.
And it's just like, whoa.
And you can't walk afterwards.
Yeah, you literally can't move afterwards. You're like, just lie here for a bit.
Yeah, but it is also recognising it. Maybe you need to just realise what, like, the changes in your body. I mean, when I orgasm, I get like really nice hot flushes, like going up and down my body, really sweaty.
I get like red patches all over my chest. It's really attractive.
Yeah, but that's hot for a lot of people, like especially the sweat thing. People love sweat. And what else happens? Like, I don't know, like it's sometimes the pleasure's too much that it's almost unbearable, and you end up like you clench your hands, you really tense up your body. And when you finally actually come, it feels like this giant release, like but it's not even a release. It's like it almost feels like a big punch, or like it's so difficult to explain for somebody who hasn't ever had an orgasm before.
But you might have had an orgasm, you might not even know. But I mean, that seems really silly thinking of orgasms, but for some reason I didn't realise.
Yeah.
So it must be easy.
Well, it's like when I masturbate, and even when I do it now, I am completely silent the whole way through. Yeah. Completely. But when I'm fucking, I'm as loud as anyone. But
I moan sometimes when I'm masturbating, but more like just for fun.
Yeah.
I don't have to. Yeah. It doesn't just come out. It's just more fun to make a noise.
And as I said, well, I feel that if I say something, or if I like moan while having an orgasm, it feels more pleasurable. Yeah. Because it's more of a release. Yeah. And I don't know how, because I know some people who can come for like, you know, quite a long time. Yeah. I feel that my orgasms go on for quite a long time. I think they must go on for like,
and you can have them like
10
one
seconds
after
or something
another as well.
Well, some people can. I can't.
Can't you?
No, I can't multiple orgasm. It just,
I'm pretty sure I can.
but it doesn't mean to say it won't.
Yeah.
And I'm completely happy with just having my big one orgasm whenever I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not easy for me to come at all.
Yeah.
It takes me a long, long time. You know, often or not, I won't come during sex unless I'm playing with myself clitorally or if I'm using a toy. And even then, it might not work.
Yeah. Which is completely normal.
Completely normal. Sometimes your vagina just doesn't want to let you come. That's just the way
I
it
feel
is.
like the media as well, like with sex and women's orgasms, it sort of just always portrays the orgasm.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it just doesn't happen for everyone.
Just
so
doesn't
they
happen.
shouldn't really. I mean, if there's ever sex in like a film or something, it'll always be like the climax.
Yeah.
With the orgasm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do feel that like someone should come.
Yeah, otherwise it.
At least the guy.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't have to, because I've had sex before, not come, and had a really.
But it's mostly women that it focuses on.
Yeah.
Climaxing.
Well, nobody wants to see a man come. Like. No kidding. I like watching men come. But women are pretty when they come. You know, women look sexy and they gyrate and they move in that way, and it looks attractive for any sex.
But it is
doesn't matter who
misleading.
you are.
It is
Yeah.
misleading.
It is misleading, and not every person has a giant, huge orgasm. Some people are like, oh, okay, that was an orgasm.
Yeah. I have many different size orgasms.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not even that. The release isn't really that much, and then it's just like, oh, was that it? And then you don't even feel like it anymore.
There's no particular age of like when you should start orgasming. Normally, it's just when you feel confident and relaxed and happy enough to come with yourself or come with a partner. You know, you shouldn't have to push things. Don't rush things. Really take it in your own time.
Never overthink it. I think that's the main thing.
Yes, which is really fucking difficult to do.
It is,
especially if you're with someone new. And you're like, okay, I have to come, otherwise he's going to think he's shit in bed.
But no, you don't have to come.
You don't have to come. I mean, I always think that like, you have to come, and then it just puts you off. Just have fun with it. Just don't even think about the orgasm. I mean, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, I think what quite often happens for us girls is that the guy will come first and you were like that close and they come out and it's like all over and it's like...
Yeah, that is really disappointing when you feel like you're that close and you just don't reach it.
So I think the important lesson with that is always tell a guy if you're near to come in, just in case they pull out.
Yeah, I mean, being vocal's really, really helpful in sex.
Plus, guys like it.
Guys love it.
Well,
most guys.
We don't know if you all like it, but...
Yeah, but I mean, if you say stuff like, oh my god, that feels amazing.
Yeah.
Or keep doing that, really egging them on, like, fuck, I think I'm close.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally love it when I like a lot of tease and denial, edging. I really like edging, which is when you bring yourself to just close to orgasm, but you stop. But a lot of people don't like that.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I get angry.
Yes, I just want to fucking come.
I just want to slap them.
Yeah, and it's just completely different for different people. You personally should know how you like to orgasm, and then you can tell the person that you're next with how you like to orgasm. Yeah. I mean, how is a guy gonna know if you don't know yourself?
And toys are also very useful.
Yes. Again, we love toys. I love toys. Like, I don't know, I get turned on just by looking at toys. Or if I'm going to buy a new toy, I'm like, fuck yes.
It's going to feel good.
So excited. So again, if you haven't had an orgasm, I know that a lot of people have bought a toy, bought a bullet, a vibrating bullet.
Yeah.
And have had their first orgasm. Vibrating toys on the clitoris in particular will hopefully get you to achieve orgasm.
I was surprised at how good the orgasms were when I started buying sex toys. I was like, whoa, I was really missing out.
Yeah. But then again, you know, some people find that toys are too intense.
Yeah.
When I first bought my toy, I couldn't use it. I could barely use it because it'd be like, too sensitive. And it would push me too far over the orgasm. Like, I wouldn't orgasm, it would just go suddenly like, pleasure, 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 too much. If you're not having orgasms with your partner, then try getting a little toy that you can put on your clit while he's fucking you. That's my favourite thing, is a vibrating clit toy while I'm being fucked. I can come instantly from that. This is my wand. It's really fucking strong. Even if you turn it on, it will go to its sort of middle setting, and that's far too strong for me. I have to put it all the way down to the bottom. And even then, I come far too quickly from it.
Really?
Yeah, like almost too quickly that it's not as enjoyable as I want it to be. It's like a bit of a forced orgasm. Which again, I like forced orgasms, but sometimes I love the build up more. Borrow it?
Maybe I should get my own.
Somebody else can hold it while they're fucking you, so you're just going back like, ah.
Yeah.
So
that
good.
Sounds really good.
That is not. That's not how I come, by the way. Tongue out. Although my eyes do roll in the back of my head.
Do they?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think mine do.
I say they are the best bit about sex, but they're not everything about sex.
No, they're not. No.
Yeah. So give us a shout if you have any tips or any questions.
If we haven't touched upon anything that you feel you're having issues with about orgasms and stuff like that.
Yeah, anything really.
Okay. Bye.